If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. I've made a lot of videos about Post Malone's new album, 12 Carat Toothache, over the past couple of days, but today, a day before its release, I wanted to get everybody caught up on what's been happening, all the information we have on this, and what we can expect from this. But after this video, I recommend you go check out the other videos in my playlist to get the full scope of what this album can be, and especially the last couple of videos I made to get the latest on this one. But today is everything we know about Post Malone's new album, 12 Carat Toothache. So let's jump straight into this. So let's start with basically the official announcement for this, back when he announced the release date and the cover art for this. Now, there was a little bit of stuff going on before it dropped with the Dre London saying it was going to drop in May, but then it got delayed to June. And then finally, at the beginning of May, Posty took to his social media to officially tweet 12 Carat Toothache June 3rd. And together with a picture of this butterfly against this dark background. Now, he does go a little bit into what this means in the late night show interviews that he did, so I recommend you go check those out for a more in-depth view on this. But this is going to be the album cover. I'm going to talk about the album cover in a second as well, a little bit more, but this is kind of the starting point where it all started. And this was also the cover for one of the singles, but we'll talk about that in a second as well. Let's stay with the cover art for a second. Even though he's confirmed that this is actually the official cover art, the one with the butterfly, he did post two other cover arts, which I talked about in yesterday's video, but one of them was very recent. It is this, metallic molten thing that, I've talked about yesterday. I think this looks pretty cool. Maybe it'll just be used as like promotional material for the record, but this is also a possibility. And also, when you click on the pre-save link for this, because obviously you can pre-save it and go to the merch store and all of that, if you're like a diehard fan, go do that. We can see yet another picture of him. So these are the three, images or, pseudo cover arts that will play a role in the release and marketing of this thing. Well, we also got a track list the same day, yesterday, which I think is also pretty cool. We kind of knew about the track list from the Apple Music pre-save site, where we could tell, how long it was going to be and all of that. But he also gave us a track list that was, just him posting it as well, which I liked very much. So we can see that there's going to be, in total, 14 tracks on here. It starts with the track Reputation. Then we have one of the singles, Cooped Up. We'll talk about that in a second. Third track is Lemon Tree. Then we have Wrapped Around Your Finger. Then I Like You, a happier song featuring Doja Cat. Then I Cannot Be, a sadder song featuring Gunna. Then we have Insane. Then we have Love Hate Letter to Alcohol with Fleet Foxes. We have Wasting Angels with Kid Laroi. We have Euthanasia. We have When I'm Alone, Waiting for a Miracle, One Right Now, also one of the singles. And then the last track is just a short track, new recording from January 12th, or January 3rd, 2020, so quite a bit in the past already, over 2 years. But this is the track list that we got, and I'm actually pretty happy with this. We can see that in total this album will be 43 minutes, which I think for 14 tracks is actually quite okay. We can also see that on the Apple site, obviously the Butterfly album cover is the actual album cover, so that will likely also be it. So that's that. The other ones might just be used as I said, promotional material for that. But we do know some of the songs, and I want to go into them a little bit and see what we can learn about them for the complete album then coming out. We have, first of all, One Right Now, the first single that dropped in November of last year with The Weeknd. He also did an amazing video for this, so make sure you go check out the video for this one, as I like that one really as well. It's kind of like a very poppy song with not too in-depth lyrics, so I wasn't expecting that much from it, but it was just a nice song that he knew was gonna do well, especially also with The Weeknd on it, Abel on it. Then the second single that we got was Cooped Up with Roddy Ricch. Also more of a poppy sound, and this is also what I talked about yesterday, but there's a reason behind this, because this song as well, it was very moody, it was very somber, but still poppy. there were other tracks that he released, over the past year, like Motley Crue, for example. Now, Motley Crue was more upbeat, it was more hype, more like trap influenced. And I think there's reason behind the decision that, this is not going to be on the record. I think the whole record in itself, also looking at the titles of the record, like I Cannot Be a Sadder Song, then, we had Insane Euthanasia, When I'm Alone, Waiting for a Miracle, Wasting Angels. They all sound very dark and very somber, kind of depressing. And I think that is kind of what he's going for with the vibe of this album. Even though that might not be the place that he's in his life entirely. He's, now becoming a father, having a family now. I think it's actually looking pretty good for him right now. But maybe it's just some of the feelings that he's processing on this album. So I think be on the lookout for that. I think that feeling, that vibe is going to play a role on the album to come. Now, in terms of snippets of tracks that we haven't heard so far, we also got a couple. Just the other day, he posted or reposted a scene from his IG Live where he previewed a couple of the songs. The Doja Cat song, I Like You, a happier song, which I think is sounding pretty cool. Very charty, very poppy, as the other ones are as well. But we can't blame him. It's Post Malone. So we got that one from the IG Live. You can go check out the whole stream on YouTube as well. And we had the SNL performance for Love, Hate, Letter to Alcohol, which is one of the my favorite tracks that I'm looking forward to. He poured his entire heart and soul into this performance, and it really shows. Also great that he has Fleet Foxes on here, and if you haven't yet, go watch this performance. It is actually insane. I love it. I could rewatch this all day. Amazing performance he delivered. So that is kind of the material we have for now. Now, the title itself, 12 Carat Toothache, I think refers to the fact that he is very well off right now. He can afford to get a 12 carat tooth, but at the same time, he's still human and he still goes through pain. He goes through negative feelings. And that's kind of where this 12 carat toothache comes in, and that is kind of him still feeling down and still feeling sad, then connecting back to as I said, the somber mood of the titles and of the entire record. So I think that's going to play a big role as well, kind of like the downside of fame and money as well, which he's talked about quite a bit in the past already, but I think is going to play a central role in this record. Now, I also talked about my expectations and what we can kind of deduce from all of this stuff already in the video yesterday, where I talked about what we can expect from this. So I really recommend you go check that out if you haven't yet, because it's a pretty good video just to get kind of caught up on what all of this means for the album. Other than that, I'm very excited. I'm so much looking forward to Love, Hate, Letter to Alcohol. That's probably my favorite thing that I'm looking forward to, and I'm really excited for this. But now I want to know what you think about this. Are you excited for this new album? What do you think all the different stuff that he announced means? What are your interpretations of, what we've heard so far, of the title, of the album cover? Which album cover is it going to be? The butterfly one, likely? Which one do you think? How do you feel about him progressing as an artist creatively as well? All your thoughts on this one, please let me know in the comments down below, and let me see you get hyped up for this album about to drop tonight. So all of that, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.